Alice Munson is a true Vermonter.
I have 2 children, 3 grandchildren, and they're all married, 14 great-grandchildren, and 2 great-great-grandchildren.
She's born and raised in the Green Mountain State.
We loved Middlebury.
Yeah, and you've stayed here since?
And I've been here 53 years in this house.
While Munson knows where she comes from, she tells me she can't quite understand what makes her so remarkable.
Me? Remarkable woman? Really?
But then you hear all of what she's accomplished, including nearly 3 decades working in the Middlebury College bookstore.
I didn't really want to retire, but I was almost 70, and it was time to retire. And it took me a year to get over. When I retired, there's so much to volunteer for.
But instead of slowing down in retirement, Alice took off and didn't look back.
I saw a lot of ribbons in the kitchen. Can you kind of explain to me what those are for?
Well, yes, Addison County Field Days, making apple pies. I've won Best Apple Pie 1 or 2 years.
Munson remains active in her community, church, and family.
My faith is very important to me. My church work, I was always a deacon or on the board of pastoral care, but I thought it was time to let the younger ones take over.
In fact, you may have seen her before at an American Red Cross blood drive.
So I do help with that. And that particular day, I'm there all day. They're hurting for blood, and so I do help with that.
And she's helped out with the United Way, the Addison County Parent-Child Center, Homeward Bound, as well as hospice volunteer services. This isn't her first honor. Alice Munson has a few awards under her belt, even a recipient for the Governor's Community Service Award and the Virginia Wolf Service Award.
She was a lady that was involved in RSVP and volunteered her whole life. I think she was in 40 or more years, and she died a couple years ago, so they thought to honor her, they would give somebody an award for their volunteering and so on, and I was the first recipient of that.
When she isn't out in the community, you can find her at home, where she still continues to give back.
My baby hats go to a mission in the Philippines, and one hat that I sent a few years back, I put my name inside. So they visited this lady, and he said, "What did you name your baby?" And she said, "Alice." And he said, "How come?" Well, inside the hat it said, "Alice made this."
How many do you think you've made?
I sent a lot. I'm trying to get up to at least 50 and maybe 100. I just keep knitting. When my eyes get too tired from my counted cross stitch at night, to stay awake, I knit.
Alice Munson still finds time for herself.
Bone building class. You lift weights, and it's to prevent osteoporosis.
Munson also has a cross-stitching hobby.
Most of them take me close to a year, and all of them start with plain, ordinary cloth like this. This one here I've completed. That's for one of my great-great-granddaughters.
My question for Alice was, how does she do it all?
Just keep moving.
And that's what makes Alice Munson one of this year's Remarkable Women. Reporting in Middlebury, I'm Libby Farrow.